it's hard to believe that Authorized is actually here now. We have been asking about him for the past, I suppose, 2 seasons, and the answer was always no, that the horse wasn't for sale. He was obviously in Turkey. And then with a chance meeting with a man from Turkey here, we became friends, and I asked him was there any chance to get Authorized, and he said there'd be no chance, and I pushed him to see would he please ask again, and we just got in talks then with the Turkish Jockey Club, and I'd say we were 6 months over and back talking with no real chance to get him, and I'd given up a good few times in my head that it'd come, but kept answering the phone and kept ringing, and eventually then it seemed like we were getting somewhere, and got to get out to Turkey and go and see him, and he was in great condition. Obviously he's 20 years of age, but to be able to bring him back for the Irish breeders and to have him here for the stud was, I suppose it's as big a national hunt stallion that we could go anywhere around the world to get and to bring him back, so it was great. He was an unbelievably impressive winner of the Derby himself. Things that he was able to achieve with his progeny are brilliant, from Tiger Roll to win 2 Grand Nationals, I Maximus to win the Irish Grand National, and also Santiago to win the Irish Derby on the flat. So I think there's very few stallions that are able to do it under both codes on flat and national hunt. He has some very exciting horses going to Cheltenham now as well, and every day he has lots of winners. He had last Saturday only had a grade 3, a grade 2 winner, and a winner in France, a triple on the day, and it's very exciting to get to watch every week when he's here to see his progeny keep going so well. His foals are also being very well received in the sales ring. The foals are averaging around 45,000. He had 13 3-year-old stores sold last year, and they averaged 100,000 each. So he's on everybody's list when he does go to the sales. So he's very popular at the minute. A lot of the best breeders in Ireland, the likes of Willie Mullins, has 4 or 5 mares booked into him. He has his first mares are scanned and foal, which is obviously good news, and he's going to cover he'll cover 2 mares every day. And we'd like to try and get 100 mares pregnant to him. He's 20 now, so we're going to mind him a little bit, but if he could do that, we'd be delighted. We started 4 years ago here in Capital. It was probably, I suppose, it was just an idea at first. Darren McCarthy is involved with me, and he always wanted to stand a stallion. Probably goes back to the time of the late Jonathan Fitzpatrick. We had spoke about a lot of different stallions through the years. I don't know that I was going to be the one that was going to stand the stallion, but that somehow came about that it was here. And then in COVID then we were a bit quieter, so we thought maybe it was an idea to stand the stallion, and we sourced Hunting Horn, who's a Camelot son. Sort of progressed from there really in the last few years to get Miraj Dancer, and Alchemate then was a flat stallion, so they came together. And now we have 6 stallions on the roster here altogether, so it's growing lovely and going in a nice way at the minute. Hunting Horn then is a Camelot son. Obviously Camelot he's left a good mark with Sir Eric, who was a brilliant racehorse. Unfortunately came to an untimely end, but it was a very good horse, so that was sort of the track we were on with him. His mother is a sister to High Chaparral, who's the father of Altior, and also the father of Character, who's a really good stallion in France now. So he covered 85 mares in his first year. Foals have been very well received, and looking forward now, he is 2-year-old, so it won't be long till we start to see a few horses on the track by him. Triple Threat then, we bought him at the back end of last year. He is a very good stallion from probably humble beginnings. He has some very good horses on the ground. He has 5 black type horses from about 50 runners. He wouldn't have covered a brilliant standard of mare in France, and everywhere that we went, his statistics are obviously very good, but all of the leaders in Ireland, like Walter Connors, the Blaheens, have bought the foals. Willie Mullins has 2 horses here in Ireland, the only 2 that have run. They both have won, both sold for good money at auctions. Donica Doyle has 2 very good horses he bought at stores, getting ready to run in the point to point. So from small beginnings he has done really, really well, and we expect a lot from him in the coming seasons. Miraj Dancer is a Group 1 winning son of Frankel. His mother won 2 Group 1s, and she's the sister to 5 Group 1 winners, and Champs Elise and Dan Silly would be his uncles. He's a fine big horse. He's 16'3", great presence and a big walk. He's covered 350 or 60 mares in his first 2 seasons, and his foal sold really well at the sales. He's on all of the top lads list, so he looks like he's going to be very popular, even more popular again this year. So when I was a bit younger, I did ride a few point-to-points. I say I didn't have the best record. I think I got more falls than I had finishers, but I rode out for Mags Mullins and always probably kept an eye on the breeding since. So we also stand 2 flat stallions. We have Castle Star, who's by Star Spangled Banner. He's a Group 3 winner, and he was just touched off in the Middle Park to win his Group 1. He is obviously by Star Spangled Banner, which he's a great stallion to have a son of his. He's such a good sire himself. He's a lot of speed, was a really good 2-year-old. He's from a very good family, and he is out of an Ifraj mare, out of a Machiavellian mare, and it's really a stallion making. A lot of the good stallions have come from that line, so we think that he has every chance he is breeding as well. Alchemate then, he has yearlings this year. He was the fastest ever winner of the Mill Reef. He's a Group 2 winner, obviously. He's a brother to Chaldine. Chaldine won the Dewhurst and went on to win the Guineas, and he's gone to stud this year. He's standing for 25,000. His sister, the full sister of Alchemate, also sold last year for 2.5 million at auction. She was a brilliant mare. She's a Group 2 winner and was second in her Group 1. And it's one of the best families now. It's a really prolific family. His sister sold for €1 million at auction as well. She's a Kingman filly. She'll be going to run soon. So a lot of things happening in his pedigree. He covered 140 mares in his second season, and he's a lot of mares booked into him again for this year. For as long as I can remember, I've been show jumping and jumped all the way up through ponies, and as far as Nations Cup level, I won a good few Nations Cups and jumped 5-star Grand Prix, and I won a lot of the good young horse classes in Ireland, and I've won the World Championships in Lanigan for young horses. I won it twice in the 6-year-olds, and I won the 5-year-olds as well. Jason Foley, who rides for me, also won the gold medal, and Seamus Hughes Kennedy. The 2 lads were only 17 and 18, and there's only 3 medals from 900 horses for the gold medal, and the Castlefield truck brought back 2 gold medals that day. So it's good, and I love to train the next generation coming through, and I get a big kick out of that as well. I've been lucky enough to sell a lot of horses that went on to Olympic Games and championships.